Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you a quick update. As you know, that May has arrived in the UK and all is good so far. I wanted to say that, as you know, when cats come to me, I know them very well after some time of them being with me, and I get to know their characters, I get to know their personalities, I get to see how they socialize with other cats, I get to see how they react to stressful situations, how they adapt to stressful situations, and how they get on with other cats that may be a little bit more feisty than themselves. Now, when May come to us, May was such an easy cat that when she first came into the cat room, she just came in, strutted her stuff, head butted, nose butted, put her towel up. She did everything in the right way, which made me know that May was such an easygoing cat. Now, most of my cats are all easygoing, to be fair with you. They all get along and we barely do have any fights. As you know, the only cats that fight are Lily and Betty, but it's normally Lily that starts that. I'll just give you an example now. They're always head-butting each other or hissing at each other. So as you know, Echo will be joining Roz and her family and May and Luna, and I truly believe that if you could see today how May is, and you will see more over the weeks to come, I'm very, very sure about that with Roz, we will then have Echo joining them too. And they all blend really well because they all have the same characteristics. They have the same personality. Echo, as you can see, he is such a loving boy, just like May is such a loving female cat. And they're just going to get on so well. All three of them together are going to get on so well. So I just wanted you to rest assured and basically tell you that sometimes it's sad when we see cats having to go, or maybe you guys are wondering, you know, why I can't keep them all and why I shouldn't keep them all. But it's things like this when you get to see how their life will be. And it's not just that they'll be with me. Yes, I give these cats a life, but I do mainly more basic care than I do loving. Unfortunately, I cannot give my whole entire time and love to each single cat that I have. It would be impossible, and that would mean that I'm lying if I told you that I did. So the fact is that if these cats, most of them can get homes and they can be cared for and cuddled and loved, just like Echo wants to be every single day. And unfortunately, I can't just sit here all day long and give him a cuddle. And I'm not saying that you can too, but he will have more chance of getting a cuddle rather than having to fight for it with, 8 other cats. So when you see these things, it's all worth it in the end. And even though it's scary and people may wonder that the travel is daunting for them, yes, it is, but it's a short time of their life for the rest of their life, which is going to be 100 times, 1,000 times better than it would be if they was to stay with me for the next 10, 20 years. Now, another thing is about Echo. A lot of people were worried about Echo, and I can totally understand that. That's totally normal. But I want you to imagine that Echo is still a cat. Well, he is. He's a cat in his mind. He might be blind, but it doesn't stop him thinking the way a cat thinks. And even though he's blind, some of us put our own emotions onto these animals and say, oh, he's blind. He might find it completely scary and worse than other cats. But I believe genuinely that even though he's blind, he knows no difference. He's been blind since he was very, very young. And I'm talking at least 4 weeks old. And he doesn't have a memory, I don't think, of when he was 2 weeks old when he could see. Because at 2 weeks old, their eyes are shut and they open. So he probably had his eyes open for the maximum of 2 weeks only. And now he's learned to live totally with no eyes, blindness, darkness, and that's all he knows. He will adapt very well to travel. He's not an aggressive cat and he will be absolutely fine. He will adapt to the situation because that is what Echo does. He knows how to adapt, and when I have friends that come in, he doesn't know who they are, but Echo is one of the first cats that greets them. So that to me shows that he doesn't have as much fear as people think. My cats that can see do have fear and they do run off, except Yoshi. But Echo is one of the ones who greets the new people, and that is just by going by his scent, and the scent that he's never smelt before. He's trusting his scent to guide him through, and as long as he's surrounded by good people, he will be fine. So I want you to be rest assured to know that everything will be fine on our next trip with Echo, which will be the end of January. Beginning of February, he will be off to Roz's. Then we have next up Lily, Moon and Betty. So yeah, thank you all again, everybody at the Raven community. We have built such a wonderful community, and there are so many wonderful people that we've met through doing this, and Raven has opened up so many doors for so many cats, and I can't thank you all enough for everything that you have done so far. All the support, the comments, everything. We are really, really lucky, all of us. We may be just a very small drop in the ocean compared to what's out there, but what we do have as a community, I'm extremely grateful for. So I'm going to leave you all now. I just wanted to give you a little update quickly, and I'm hoping to see you all guys on the Sunday live, possibly Saturday too. So take care, everybody. Say bye, Echo. Bye. Say bye, Echo.